The city of Athens comes together to celebrate the Veterans Day holiday.
And in sports, Ohio football fell to Western Michigan, hurting their chances at a repeat MAC championship. Newswatch starts right now. Good evening, I'm Charlie Ehlenfeld.
And I'm Parker Davis. Welcome to Newswatch.
A new Ohio bill regulating carbon sequestration is making its way through the Ohio legislature. House Bill 170 gives the Ohio Department of Natural Resources complete authority over carbon and storage projects, also known as CCS projects. The bill is backed by oil and gas associations, but is facing pushback from environmentalists who say these projects aren't effective in curbing the effects of climate change. The bill is waiting for its first Senate committee hearing after 4 Democrats voted against it on the House floor.
A Florida man who shot a baseball player after a game at Muskingum University in 2023 was sentenced to 26 years in prison. 29-year-old Franklin Grayson pleaded guilty to 11 counts, including attempted murder, at a trial last month. Grayson followed the victim, a baseball player at Olivet College, to an away game at Muskingum University where the shooting occurred. Grayson was given credit for 969 days served after his booking into the Muskingum County Jail.
The city of Athens celebrated Veterans Day with their annual parade. Local veterans organizations, along with Ohio University Army ROTC, Athens elementary school students, and high school bands marched from Morris Avenue down to College Green to celebrate those who served.
Good evening and happy Wednesday. Today was a beautiful day here in Athens as we saw the snow and the clouds we saw earlier this week. They're moving up north toward New York and Pennsylvania. So today we're seeing a lot of clear skies, maybe a little bit of wispy clouds you might be seeing in the sky during your commute. But that's what's giving us these clear skies right now as well. 52 outside for now. And we are noticing the winds are picking up a bit from the west. This is supporting a cold front that has came through in the last couple of hours. So we're noticing above Athens to north, all of us are sitting there in the higher 50s and even the higher 40s and the lower 50s, including Zanesville and Lancaster. But if you're looking south of Athens here, just near Parkersburg, we're still in the high mid 50s, 54 for Parkersburg and 60 for Huntington. So we're noticing this cold front is really just south of Athens, about to cross that West Virginia and Kentucky border. And that's what's also going to push this low to be just at the freezing mark, 32 for tonight with mostly clear skies. And it'll surely feel more like the 20s heading into this evening, but tomorrow it's going to be on the warmer side and we'll be seeing warmer temperatures for the start of our weekend, which I'll touch more on later on. For now, we're going back to Charlie.
Thanks, Rachel. As the government shutdown approaches a resolution, low-income Americans are still without SNAP. Without government assistance, local groups have filled the gaps. I spoke to one of the groups leading the charge. Athens County Emergency Medical Services are used to taking care of residents. And when SNAP benefits ran out, they knew they had to step up, providing meals every Monday to people in Athens County.
It was sort of a quick but collective decision out of need.
The IAFF Local 5126, or Local Emergency Worker and Firefighter Union, used part of their union dues to pay for the meals for the community. After a recent levy passed supporting emergency services, it was a reminder the workers and community lean on one another.
This is also a good way for us to give back to the community that way as well. But we feel very well taken care of in our county.
And they have seen the effects of SNAP running out firsthand.
I've seen a few families over the struggle and stuff like that, financially and food-wise.
According to Ohio Jobs and Family Services, anywhere from 10 to 25% of Southeast Ohio residents are on SNAP. And until SNAP benefits return, IAFF will provide free meals every Monday. And they hope the community will continue to stick together in uncertain times.
We'd ask them also to continue to support the people in our county, and if that means, other type food donations and things like that, there's a need for it, and just, look around and help where you can.
SNAP benefits are sparking conversation nationwide as the U.S. Supreme Court is allowing the Trump administration to withhold full funding for November food stamps. While the move doesn't resolve the issue, it does buy time for Congress to pass a pending funding deal. Several groups sued the federal government to force it to pay November's full benefits. Friday, the court issued an administrative stay that blocked a lower court order that required the administration to provide full SNAP benefits. The House is set to vote to end the shutdown tonight at 7. If the vote passes, the lawsuits become moot. Coming up, a special type of beetle is invading Athens. Stay tuned after the break when a Post reporter will join us live with what you can do if these bugs take over your home.
And the U.S. House is on the verge of ending the longest shutdown in American history.
We're seeing clear skies today and tomorrow, but we are seeing some rain in the forecast. Find out what the rest of your week looks like when Newswatch returns.
I remember thinking, how much time do I have before this helmet fills up with water? And I would drown in space.
The International Space Station.
The ISS is this amazing laboratory.
You have to take risk to get reward.
Operation Space Station. Science and survival.
Trying to make humanity better. That's a powerful and lasting legacy.
On Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
You are ready to go.
Did you get that? That is incredible.
We are a part of a revolution.
That, for me, is so exciting.
This December 7th from 1 to 4 p.m., it's time to code together. Join Ohio Valley Museum of Discovery, WOUB Learning Lab, and Ohio University's Ascent program to join the Global Hour of Code movement right here in our region, where kids of all ages dive into fun and hands-on coding activities, guided by local teachers and tech pros. From Lego Spike to Vex robots, there's something for every curious mind. No experience needed, just bring your imagination and let's code together.
If you've noticed an increase in what look like ladybugs in your home, you're not alone, but they're not ladybugs.
Students on and off campus are reporting Asian lady beetle infestations in their dorms and apartments. Post reporter Fiona Pettigrew joins us live from the Post newsroom with the details.
Thanks for joining us, Fiona.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Hi, Fiona. So just tell us a little bit about what could possibly be causing these infestations.
Yeah, so these beetles were introduced to the U.S. To control aphids and other small bugs. And so right now with the colder temperatures, they are trying to harbor inside dorms, apartments, and any building with heat to try to stay warm. They're coming in through cracks of windows and through door frames, and they are swarming inside buildings and outside buildings.
Yeah, so with these beetles everywhere, and they certainly have a lot of similarities with ladybugs, but they're not quite the same. So for people out there that are hoping to deal with these, how can you tell them apart?
Yeah, so Asian lady beetles, they are a little bit bigger than native ladybugs. Native ladybugs also have a set number of spots, and they are a pretty bright red, whereas Asian lady beetles, they come in shades of red, orange, and yellow, and they have varying amount of spots on them. They also are a little bit more food aggressive, and they have been found to kill and eat ladybugs.
Yes, so in your story, some people have actually been reported of being bitten. Are there any health effects that come with these bites?
Yeah, so with the bites themselves, there are no health effects. They are just food aggressive, so they're looking for food and they get a little bit confused. But they do leave behind a yellow liquid. It's a secretion and it has an odor to it, and that has made asthma worse in some cases. It can also make breathing just a little bit more difficult, and it can just cause allergic reactions. It has sent some people to the hospital, but it's really not something to be concerned about.
Well, with these secretions, obviously you don't just want to crush them and forget about it. So, for people that are looking to deal with these beetles inside of their home, obviously, it's going to be a more complex solution. So what do they need to do?
Yeah, so it's not a great idea to squish them because that will leave the goo behind, and that can stain some furniture and walls. The best thing to do is to get a vacuum and to suck them up, put them in your trash, or put them outside.
So yeah, obviously there's a major infestation going on this fall. I've seen them all over campus. I'm sure a lot of people that have been living in the dorms have seen them all over Athens. So, is this a unique thing to this year, or is this something we can expect to continue into next fall?
So these bugs are around year-round. You really don't notice them until it gets cold outside, because that is when they're congregating in swarms and things like that. We will most likely see them next year. And what is interesting about these bugs is that they try to get inside lighter colored homes, and they are most attracted to light, so lamps and things like that. So you will be seeing them next year, and yeah.
Well, thank you, Fiona. I know I've actually seen a few in my room, and I haven't really done anything yet because I wasn't sure if it's a ladybug or if it's what we've described today.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've seen them all over campus. I've seen them in the parking garage. So, really appreciate Fiona coming on the show to let people know what they need to do. And with this warmer weather, hopefully they're going back outside.
Yes, I'd hope to. I don't want them staying in my room if there is some hazards and dangers with them.
Yeah, and it surely is cooling down for now a little bit, but it might be warmer heading up into this weekend. We'll touch on that in a moment. But in the last hour or so, we did see this cold front passing through Ohio, and it's now entering West Virginia and Kentucky as well. Behind it, we're seeing this huge band of high pressure systems. That's going to come closer to us. It's going to continue to bring us this nicer weather. So zoom in at our region here. We're not really seeing a lot coming from the west just yet, but keep this in mind for the weekend, as we will be seeing some rain later on. Today, though, we are seeing the rest of these clouds moving away from Ohio. It's giving us this nicer weather for this middle of the week, and that's going to continue heading into Thursday and Friday as well. So sunny skies for today. We're seeing a high of 55 for us here, and tonight we'll be seeing that low of 32 as well. Mostly clear skies for this evening, and even though our low is 32, it's going to feel like the 20s. So make sure you have that jacket nearby, that sweatshirt, maybe even that winter jacket if you're a little bit sensitive to cold, but heading into tomorrow, though, we kind of rinse and repeat of today, seeing that high of 55 for us with mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow is the start of a slight warm-up, so keep this in mind for this infestations we've been seeing here in Athens. And the rest of this week, though, we'll be starting to notice a little bit of this warm-up trend. So here we're noticing the little bit of the cooler air is staying near southeastern Ohio, but we're noticing this warmer air to the south of us here. That's going to come closer to us in the next few days. It's going to finally be in the 60s one last time heading into the rest this weekend for our fall, but the rest of November, it's going to stay around the 40s and even the 30s. So here's the cold front that has passed through us in the last hour or so. We're not going to see much for tonight as well. It's going to stay rather clear. No rain to really see from there, but we are noticing this high pressure system that's going to come closer to us, supporting this nicer weather to stick around a little bit longer before we're going to start to see some rain later on. Again, this high pressure system is going to come closer to us. We're going to feel that warm up a little bit as well, as we are seeing a warm front passing through us coming in from the west on Friday. But as we're noticing, this temperatures here, 59 for Friday as well, and 55 for tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. And cloud coverage increase is coming up on Friday with a high of 59. And for Saturday, that's when we'll start to see that rain. 40% chance with that high of 66. So Saturday and really Sunday will be the last few days of it being warm for this fall. And then we'll start to notice a general decrease down into the lower 50s. Monday is going to be a high of 51, partly sunny skies. And that's kind of be a break from the rain a little bit Sunday and Monday. We're seeing chances of rain for Tuesday and Wednesday as well. 50% for Tuesday, 30% for Wednesday, but still sticking around those lower 50s 4-hour high for Tuesday and Wednesday as well. So the next few days we'll be seeing a little bit of a warm up, being in the 60s one last time. Saturday 66, and for Sunday 57 as well. On Sunday we'll start to notice a little bit of a trend down, going closer to the 40s. It's surely going to feel like the 40s into next week, but tomorrow and Friday and Saturday it's going to feel more like the 50s and even the 60s before we get into this cooler weather.
Thanks, Rachel. What is now the longest federal government shutdown in U.S. history could be over tonight. The House is poised to consider a stopgap funding bill, one that the Senate has already greenlit. If the government reopens, officials say SNAP benefits could resume promptly. However, the timeline for air travel returning to normal is less than certain. Air traffic controller shortages are still forcing flight cancellations, while the FAA would receive 70% of their back pay within 48 hours of the government reopening. Staffing issues will still be present.
The House of Representatives will be in session tonight to vote on the Senate-backed bill that would reopen the government. Correspondent Julia Benbrook is at the White House with what to expect.
House Speaker Mike Johnson has to sell the package to his razor-thin GOP majority and will likely need President Donald Trump's help to push it through. That being said, GOP leadership remains confident that it will be able to get the Senate-backed bill across the finish line, which would bring the longest government shutdown in history to an end.
I just want to say that we're very optimistic about the vote tally tonight. We think this is going to happen.
The chamber is voting on a stopgap measure that would reopen the government and keep it funded through January 30th, reverse the mass firings made by the Trump administration during the shutdown, and ensure that the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, will be funded for the rest of the fiscal year. What's not included, though, is causing frustration for many Democrats. They have been pushing to use this time to address health care, specifically an extension of enhanced Obamacare subsidies set to expire at the end of the year. While Senate Republicans promised a future vote on this, the House has not committed.
On December 31st, the Affordable Care Act tax credits expire, and dozens of House Republicans have been claiming over the last few weeks that they know that is something that needs to be addressed. And now we're going to have to see some action, or whether it was just talk from these House Republicans.
Now, if House Democrats vote against this version of the funding bill, Republicans can only lose 2 GOP votes and still push it through. It would then head to the president's desk for a signature. At the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Next in sports, Ohio football lost a very close game to Western Michigan last night. Highlights from the game, words from Coach Smith, and more are coming up next. To stay caught up on all the latest news in Southeast Ohio, follow Newswatch on X, Instagram, and YouTube.
Patriots, come forward. Your country demands your services.
These are the times that tried men's souls.
Our cause is the cause of all mankind.
Sunday at 8 on WOUB.
Thanks to viewers like you, we've been able to tell America's stories on this PBS station. Help us continue to tell these stories now and for future generations by including this station in your charitable plans.
Supporting this PBS station through a gift of stock is easy. To find out more, call the number on your screen or visit this website. Thank you.
For more than 70 years, WOUB Public Media has been the place where people in our region turn to learn how stories of the past ignite the imagination of the future. It's where information, entertainment, and education work together to inform, enlighten, and inspire generations. It's the place where the community gathers to hear and see our world in new and innovative ways. WOUB, the public media you trust that's worthy of your support.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
It's so nice to have you here. It's worth it.
Wheels up in 5.
Very simple, but very elegant food.
I'm trying to save your father's life.
Excited?
I can't wait.
Welcome to sports. I'm Andrew Woods. Ohio football traveled to Western Michigan for a crucial midweek action game. While the Bobcats kept the game close, a combination of a struggling passing game and some big plays by the Broncos meant Western Michigan took a close win. Despite freezing conditions in Kalamazoo, Western Michigan's fans were excited. They had plenty to get excited about when Tate Halleck picked off Parker Navarro. The Bobcats limited the damage from the pick to a field goal. Then, Navarro ended the damage by punching it in himself by just barely squeaking out this short touchdown. Ohio kept the game within a score. Then, the offense milked 10 minutes off the clock driving to the goal line. On the goal line, Siebinger capitalized with a touchdown rush to give Ohio a 13-10 lead. After the touchdown, Talik Williams responded by taking a short pass and turning it into a 77-yard touchdown. The Bobcats couldn't respond to that big play, losing 17-13. After the game, head coach Brian Smith talked about the passing game struggles throughout the game.
Yeah, we struggled getting into a rhythm. I thought they did a good job really bracketing Chase and trying to take him away. And typically when we do that, we're going to end up getting a little bit more involved in the run game.
With the win, Western Michigan took the lead in the MAC, but Buffalo or Miami could tie the Broncos with wins tonight. Meanwhile, Ohio's loss means Ohio no longer controls their own destiny. However, there is a way in for Ohio if they could get the help they need. For example, if Miami loses to Toledo tonight or to Buffalo next week, the door to Detroit could reopen. While the football team was in Kalamazoo, Ohio's basketball team was in California. The Bobcats were taking on NCAA tournament lock St. Mary's. The Gales proved why they are a contender in March, beating Ohio 90-60. St. Mary's didn't just dominate Ohio in terms of points. The Gales out-rebounded the Bobcats 40-29 and were much more accurate from the field. They made 50% of their shots, while Ohio only saved 37.5% of their field goals. Next Saturday, Ohio will travel to number 12 Louisville for a noon tip-off on the CW. The Ohio volleyball team's final series before the MAC tournament begins tomorrow. Ohio will host Western Michigan for 2 games with major tournament implications. This season, Western Michigan's relied on a strong defense to win games. The Broncos lead the MAC in digs and are second best in opponent hitting percentage. Amanda Glanton is a key player for that strong defense as she leads the conference in blocks. Meanwhile, MAC service ace leader Molly Brown and MAC assist leader Leah Richmond make sure the Broncos are not one-dimensional. Looking at the standings, this series will be crucial in determining Ohio's MAC tournament seed. If the Bobcats sweep Western Michigan, they will clinch the 2nd seed in a first-round bye. Meanwhile, if the Bobcats win one of their games against the Broncos and Toledo loses at least one of their last 2, the Bobcats will take the 3. Otherwise, Ohio will have the 4 seed. To stay up to date on all the latest news on Ohio sport, follow Bobcat Sports Showcase on Facebook and X. That's all for sports. Parker and Charlie, back to you.
Still ahead, music from the 40s brought back to life in Amesville. And here's a look at what's coming up on your public television station.
Ukrainian forces have now launched their much-talked-about counter-offensive.
Expected to be the biggest military operation in Europe since World War II.
This war
is a nightmare none of us can wake up from.
Premieres Tuesday, November 25th, 10, 9 Central, only on PBS.
The Electron Solar Farm.
Pentagon official.
With executive orders.
Good evening. I'm Jeff Bennett.
And I'm Amna Nawaz.
I'm Margaret Hoover.
I'm Christiana Manpour in London.
Bring us up to speed there.
Israel is vowing serious consequences.
Did you get a commitment from President Trump?
We have to work on it.
When that story is told, it will be easier for us to see each other like the people who came before us.
Today we live in a time when meaningful discourse is needed more than ever.
Is this just, at the end of the day, very smart politics?
It's, never compromise on the accuracy.
This is the story of modern war, how it's fought and how it's changing us.
If this is the way we're going to start breaking the ice, then let's do it.
I am in favor of closing the libraries until we find a solution to the pornographic filth we do have.
We have librarians who are misunderstanding what is healthy for children.
It didn't dawn on us that we would come under attack.
There was a list of 850 books.
We were told, get rid of them.
This can't be America.
The Librarians, Monday, February 9th at 10, 9 Central on PBS and the PBS app.
The 1940s are alive, at least in Amesville. Last Friday night, Amesville residents got together, learned how to swing dance, and enjoyed some live music from a local band. I had the chance to speak with the band as well as the Amesville mayor to discover the magic of the 40s.
Go see live music because it's good for the soul.
And tonight in Amesville, residents are doing just that. The Village Productions Community Center hosted a swing dance Friday night, traveling back in time.
It's the jiving 1940s night here in Amesville. You can see behind me, we've got some swing dancing, some live music going on, all in spirit of keeping the era alive.
The event was led by dance instructor Ashley Joy, alongside the Amesburn Ridge Rounders, a local band known for blending jazz, swing, blues, and country.
This is an opportunity to show people and have a fun. We get to play, they get to dance, and it's a great time.
The Rounders have been playing together for 6 years. What started as a Craigslist ad for an old drum set turned into a full band, now performing regularly for dancers in Amesville.
People really have a lot of fun at these, and it supports our community center and lets our band have a fun night out too.
Village Productions offers everything from yoga and art classes to community dinners and concerts. Amesville Mayor Gary Gooseman says events like these help small towns thrive.
Plenty of things we do here in terms of workshops and seminars and dances and free concerts in the park in the summer. So, we want people to feel at home here and participate here.
And with laughter, live music, and plenty of dancing, Friday night's event proved exactly that, bringing the community together one swing at a time.
Yeah, and tonight is really looking like a wonderful night to actually dance. We'll be in the 30s tonight, though, just at that freezing mark of 32, but mostly clear skies for this evening as well. But this weekend, you might be seeing some rain.
Oh, no.
I hate to see it.
Not the rain.
Yeah, but that'll be for Saturday. Thankfully, you won't be seeing any rain for tomorrow, not even Friday as well. And that's even a 40% chance for Saturday. Then we'll start to notice it dip down a little bit into the 50s. And then this will be like our last hurrah, being in the 60s this weekend. 55 for tomorrow and partly sunny skies for Friday as well. Mostly the same weather as we had today for tomorrow. Then we're starting to see clouds rolling in to support that rain coming through on Saturday. High of 66 for Saturday. And after Saturday, we'll start to get a little bit of a break from the rain for a couple of days. Sunday and Monday should be relatively clear. Might be seeing some clouds coming in and out for then, but we'll start seeing the rain picking up again for Tuesday and Wednesday. 50% chance for Tuesday and 30% chance for Wednesday. So not necessarily going to be a washout anytime soon, but we'll surely be able to see a little bit of sprinkles coming down this weekend and a little bit into next week. But keep that jacket around. It's not going to feel like the 50s for a little bit here, but we'll notice it will be in the 40s for the rest of this week.
That does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For Rachel Grant and Andrew Woods, I'm Charlie Ehlenfeld.
And I'm Parker Davis. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. Have a great night.
Support comes from BDT Foundation.